Hey, hello. Welcome to SIG Node CI meeting. Today is January 8th, 2025. Um, there's few topics on the agenda. Um, yeah, first one is about Node Alpha feature and
Sorry, I forgot to add the name. The top two are mine. I just want to announce that like late last month, we went ahead and dropped Node Special feature, Node Alpha feature, and then I was able to get. I think the test infra was all fine now, so those were dropped, and there are just some minor edits that had to be made once that was done. The next one, as part of my node labels list, is is deprecating node feature, and I have a PR where I replicate node. I replace basically node feature with feature that is waiting for approval. Keep pinging. I'll keep bringing it up because I would like to try and get this one approved and merged relatively soon. Right, and then I have a couple others. So I want to have the CI kind of bake in the CI and make sure everything looks good. And the other one was an issue that Paco raised around container RD. Let's look it up again. Basically, it sounds like, what was his concern? I think some people have been promoting the container RD jobs to version 2. There are a lot of users still using 1.7 and 1.6. So I was hoping maybe to get some comments on this issue about like what we want to do around our CI around container RD SKU testing.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep older containerd on earlier versions, but 2.0 sounds good to switch to. I mean, there'll be very little development on previous versions. So for every new feature we develop, we will need a containerd 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be working on this, so please comment on the issue. Paco is not going to be able to attend, so I just want to bring this up here so I can get some awareness from
Thank you very
SIG
much.
folks on this.
Yeah, I already CC'd Chris, who is working on containerd 2.0 in GKE, so maybe he can help here. Anish, can you also pin Chris? We're probably closer to him right now, right?
yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me.
See, next topic is about
Next one is
job.
mine. So if you can make me a co-host, that would be nice. I'd like to share. So it's about generation of job configurations that we do so far for the array, but I would like to share and listen to people, like if it's interesting enough to be kind of expanded to at least SIG Node or some SIG Node jobs. So basically, can I share?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you should be okay. Well, let me try. Yeah. Do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, why is it all about? So why we are doing this job? Because like currently we have like a lot of YAMLs. The YAML file configurations, and we have to edit them manually and maintain them, which is kind of not always easy, but doable. And because they're kind of maintained separately, they are not consistent enough. So what I mean by that is, if you have like some pull job and CI job, it's not always. So if, for example, if pull job succeed, it doesn't always make that CI job is kind of guaranteed to succeed, or well, to some extent at least. So because they are maintained differently. And yeah, and as an example of this was kind of a lot of pull jobs are forgotten. So I worked a little bit like before the vacations, like with trying just running all of them, and some of them were just it looked like they were not running for a long time. So the idea is to basically generate job configurations from like this kind of configuration file with the like section means kind of prefix for the job name, and Genia template of like this kind of stuff. If it has kind of logic inside it as a template engine, so we can basically generate jobs like CI jobs. In our case, in DRA case, we also would like to generate canary jobs and pre-submits also like from one file with a bit of logic. So it doesn't look like very promising, but it's short at least. So that's like a little bit more than 100 lines, and we have 5 jobs here. So we basically generate 15 jobs in 3 files, like, and that's the result, how it looks like. And they are consistent in a way that they are generated from the same template. So of course this could be not true sometimes if the logic somehow generates different content for different kind of jobs and stuff like that. But in essence, the idea is to have as much common YAML code here. For example, like here we have 2 kind of jobs, like the jobs that require kind to run and usual E2E node jobs, and they are all kind of generated by the same thing. So so what I see so far, so far we did it only for DRA jobs. So our goal for now is to replace all DRA jobs with these 3 files: canary jobs like this, pre-submit jobs, and CI jobs, periodics. So and it's work in progress so far. So but we expect that it would be easier to maintain even with this small amount of jobs. So what kind of pros and cons I can see like with this approach so far, at least? That it's more consistent from the first look, at least. Hopefully easier to maintain because changes are usually made in configuration file if you want to add jobs or add some variables, and in the template, and then the rest is generated, and you will be able to see the difference. It's all generated by this kind of small Python script, generic enough to generate pretty much everything. The rest is basically the type of jobs, the list of jobs, for example, is all configurable. And we also have like this verification target here to verify them, and generation target, and they are done by this kind of shell scripts. They are done in Python container. So I actually used the existing infrastructure. So it's you don't need to install anything basically if you have like Docker, for example. So it should be pretty easy to use and build. So, and last thing, so far we so I would like to finish this and have DRA job generated and tested. And then next step, there is ongoing work on moving DRA jobs to kubetest 2. And we would like to test it like this idea with canary jobs. So the idea is basically that you change, if you want to introduce some new changes and you are not sure that it doesn't break anything, that you introduce it into the canary jobs. You can trigger it from some test PR, and then if everything goes okay, then you can propagate it to pull jobs and CI jobs. So and we would like to test this approach with canary jobs on kubetest 2 changes, just to choose to see how it works, how easy or hard it would be. And then if this approach is interesting, like if SIG Node, for example, or other nodes want to pick up this and use this, that would be great. But basically, this all this talk is about to present it and hear what you guys think about it. So does it make sense, and what kind of good and bad things you see in this approach? That's it. Questions?
Kevin, you had before. Do you want to go first? Or
Yeah, I think you might have answered it, but the canary ones for DRA, those are just temporary for now. Like we would use, I guess I don't quite understand the canary for DRA.
It's they are not temporary. They are not triggered automatically. You can only trigger it like canary jobs manually, and they are similar to pre-submit jobs. So they're like more or less they have like another name with this canary suffix, but the name is basically the same as for pre-submit jobs, and they are not, unlike some of the pre-submit jobs, they are not triggered automatically. So it's just for testing in order not to break pull and CI jobs.
Okay, so the pre-submits we're adding for DRA will run only if certain files are changed, and then the canary are the ones that we would trigger on PRs if we wanted, or I guess.
Yes. I usually trigger it on my test PRs just to see. So, and if as they are generated from the same template, it doesn't guarantee like 100% that pull job would not fail if canary job succeeds, but it it gives more hope, I think, if like comparing to editing to YAMLs, like in two different places.
Yeah, I guess that's a little confusing from a contributor. Like when they do tests, they're going to see the pre-submits and the canaries, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, there should be some documentation about it. So but
it's fine. I'll let you all. You guys are leading the DRA effort, so like
Mm.
you're comfortable
Yeah,
with
the
what you want.
idea actually, yeah, the idea, sorry, came from Patrick, but what I wanted to say is this is configurable. So if you don't want those, you just don't generate them, and you can generate only pull and CI or like whatever kind of job you want to. But we have two so far, so.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, Sergey, you can go now.
Yeah, I wondered what you're thinking about. So you generated those. I mean, how many? 4 jobs, maybe. But we have like a lot of different features. So my feeling about job generations all the time is like it's either we generate some very basic properties for all the jobs and create a new language for them, or we will end up having templates and then templates for templates and then templates for templates for templates. Um, After you did that, like, do you feel it's valuable? Like, how often do you feel it will be updated specifically for DRA, and how often you feel this template will be updated because of test framework changes, like, or some new properties will be needed across the board for all the templates?
For the array, I would say it would be mainly like adding new sections to this file, like with new types of job, for example, for container D 2.0 or like for something else, because they have like the same. Let me show it in the template. They have the same feature gates and all these test options more or less. So they are all in the template. But with the different kinds of SIG Node jobs, it won't be so easy. That's why some experiments would be needed. But I still believe that the result would be easier to maintain, much easier. Could be wrong here. So without trying like to generate some to play with them, I cannot say that for sure. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm asking
mm.
about your experience so far. Like, how do you feel it's better? And if the whole purpose of, like, if not a whole purpose, like, I understand there are multiple purposes. Like, maintaining copy pasted jobs is not fun. Um, so I wonder how much of it will be helping and how much of it will be hurting us when we change processes across the board. So I'm totally for this experiment, but I'm not ready to commit to switch everything here.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not proposing that. So
Okay.
so if this is basically like the idea is more or less at least worth trying, that we can just like convert jobs like one by one, for example, or some subset of jobs that we already have. So that's we don't need to do it like once for all, but like if we try like different, for example, container D or cryo jobs or some another subset, we would see we would gain like more experience in that, and we would see if it works, like if this approach works at all. So
And
it
I
works
assume that
for the
Paul
array
is SIG
quite good.
testing, right?
Yeah.
Because Patrick
Uh,
is from SIG testing, so you spoke with him and like he's fine.
yeah, that was partly his idea.
Okay. Sounds great. I really looking forward to see how experiment goes and what you will learn out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
this has been very helpful for the cube test stuff because I know that any kind of large migration of our tests are a gigantic pain in the butt, to put it mildly. So I've been excited to see this. Yeah, I mean, I imagine like we'll have more migrations coming up, and so I think this will be helpful for maintaining a lot of this stuff.
yeah. My only concern is that the amount of jobs quite big, and I don't know how to actually organize this kind of work well, except of actually working time, so which I don't have a lot as well. But apart from that, like for the amount of jobs, so how to organize it without disturbing the existing jobs so much. But we kind of managed to do it like with the array jobs by just generating canary jobs in one PR and then just submitting them like result
Are you separate
YAML
just from me
file.
or everybody?
Sorry.
I feel I stopped hearing you. I think my internet is unstable. Sorry.
Maybe mine.
No,
Okay,
I
never
heard you
mind.
right. I think
So
it's her, guys.
if you think it makes sense that I can start this just for some jobs, and if somebody wants to join me in this, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I think this looks good. I know the next one actually. I know Patrick's been pushing SIG Node to start using label filter, and it's kind of a lot of effort to even do the pre-submits. I mean, pre-submits are kind of a beast, but I do think that after the next one, we need to kind of slowly start looking at how to migrate some of our stuff over that way. I like this idea. I'll see if definitely we kind of do with cryo. We kind of do it with our templates for the ignition. So I think we do like the idea of like making these changes once and just generating the configs. So plus fun on it.
Thank you. So I also noticed that for, well, at least for the array jobs, and I believe it's also true for E2E node jobs, a lot of options can be actually hard coded in the template, because they're not usually like tested. They are not kind of variables. So, and without them, so if you just like specify some kind of filters and like unique options, it's much less actually information, and you will have all of this in the configuration file as the variables, hopefully. But we should probably try it to make sure it works for a lot of jobs, a lot of SIG Node jobs.
Yeah, let's start with DRA and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you for
Thanks.
bringing it in.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. I think, yeah, no more items on the agenda. Yeah, we'll start with the test grid trash. Yeah, the release blocking looks good. On the kubelet side, swap tests are flaky. Yeah, this one looks like a test infra issue. Okay, on Ubuntu there was a device plugin test failure. Okay. Oh,
I believe this is already tracked.
okay.
I'm not sure if it's being worked on or not yet, but I know we have an issue for this.
I
Okay,
think there
thanks.
is PR for that, and it's pending approval. I saw them somewhere.
Thanks. On container D side, this looks like pre-submit test issue, test infra issue, EKS jobs. Okay. Yeah, this is I think, sidecar container test. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll file a bug for this after the meeting. Okay, this is related to contract proxy implementation. Okay, this is a new failure. Okay, yeah, I'll file a bug for this after the meeting. Test infra issue, looks like a test infra issue for eviction test. Okay, yeah, these looks like pre-submit jobs. I'll ignore that. On cryo side, yeah, evented leg tests are flaky. Does anyone know if these tests are being tracked? These flaky tests are being tracked?
We have a lot of issues with evented plague. I'm not
Yeah.
fully sure if this one in particular is tracked, but I know we've disabled it from our main jobs. Like we've downgraded it from beta to alpha due to some test failures, and I know there are some work in flight to fix it.
Okay. Yeah, on eviction test side, I think, yeah, this PID tests have been flaky. I think it's being tracked also. Yeah, I think this is the test failure on container D side as well. Sidecar containers, okay. Test infra, looks like a test infra failure. Okay, canary jobs. This is a new job, okay.
These are the ones
Yeah.
that Ed is looking into. They're the
Yeah.
We have one round of generating these, I think, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Rest, all of them looks like pre-submit jobs. I'll, yeah, ignore those for now. Yeah, we can probably move to PR trashing. This is work in progress and doesn't look like a test. Yeah, it doesn't look like a test issue, so I'll archive it. Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
Uh, refactor compatibility version code. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's test related either.
Yeah. Streaming proto list encoder. Yeah, this doesn't look like test related either. Yeah, this one has a new test. Restart order test.
I think you can archive this one. This one's more of a feature.
Okay. Ensure container level SOAP metrics are collected.
This one's more of a feature also.
Yeah. Remote GA feature gate for device plugin, CDI device. Yeah, looks like feature.
It's interesting that there's no other project for this one though. But whatever. It's fine. We can.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, this is test related. DRA test specifically. Does anyone want to take a look?
Patrick is looking and Kevin also, so that I think
See.
this is enough. You can CC me, or I can also look. It's Bartosz, B-A-R. Yeah. Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
fine if I'm not
this
this
one. Yeah,
need reviewer it.
it's a bad name for column, but this is what it is.
Sorry, this is the same. This is a cherry pick. Yeah, this doesn't look like test related. I will archive it. Add namespace to DRA, admin access, validating admission policy message. Yeah, this looks like a test change as well.
Thank you.
Okay. I think next, since we have 20 minutes left, we'll probably move to bug trashing.
Yeah, we can triage a few bugs. We still have time.
In place update triggers container restart when upgrade Kubernetes cluster. Old pod created by old version. Kubernetes will restart when to resize the pod spec after upgrade Kubernetes cluster version and enable the specified feature gate.
Can we go? There's some comments here. Can we just see what the last comments have been?
I see.
Okay.
And can take a look.
All right. So I remember I was trying to get the folks that are working on the in place pod scaling to figure out whether or not it should be triaged.
Yeah, I can ask Tim to take a look at this.
Yeah, let's just post on the Slack thread for this channel. I don't want to. I'm. Yeah, people can. It doesn't have to be Tim. It seems like I don't want to always tag him on all
Yeah,
this.
Ian, I think Ian mentioned he couldn't reproduce this. Oh, but some different bug.
There is a board for in place, right? I want
Yes.
in this board.
Yeah, I think it looks for a prefix for that. I'll probably do it after the meeting.
Thank you. And also please put it on the board for in place restart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Topology manager should consider restartable init container.
Yeah, this one we track for sidecar feature. Is it untriaged somehow? Or it was never triaged? Because I think it's quite old.
Yeah.
It was untriaged by the bot.
Okay, can we triage it back as accepted? Thank you. And priority, I would say important soon.
I agree.
Both memory manager and what is it? I think topology manager is already GA, right?
Yep.
Okay, so sidecar want to be GA, so we need to finish it up.
AppArmor type validation fails in deployments when mixing old annotation with security context or AppArmor profile. Yeah, validation may fail when deployment mixes deprecated annotations with the new security context APAM profile field. Yeah, I think this ask Tim to review this. Should I just keep it like this for now?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't know enough about AppArmor to know the behavior of this one, and we don't really use App, or I don't know if we use AppArmor in my area or not. So
Not at Red Hat, no.
Okay. Yeah, liveness or readiness probe timeout does not work. Can you see if except probe timeout feature gate is enabled? Okay.
we could add a triage needs information, move it in that bucket.
Try update node health may process old data in large scale cluster scenario. Okay, this looks to be part of SIG scalability. Should I remove this from SIG node board? Uh,
I actually don't know if SIG node actually owns the node lifecycle.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, it's not something we change quite often.
yeah,
I think SIG node, SIG scalability is probably the right SIGs for this one. I don't think we can remove it.
Yeah, adding parallelizations there is quite challenging. You're right, like we own a lot of logics there, but we don't quite, I mean, we need to have consultation with whoever running, like hosting it to make parallelization. I remember last time we added parallelization, we added like 4 threads maximum, and like nobody wanted to allow us more.
yeah.
So we maybe need to reconsider it as a feature rather than a bug. I don't know. I mean, Yeah, it's old data. I don't know. Any opinions here? Is it a feature or more like a bug?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably. I mean, it's most likely should be done as a feature. I think that like, even if it's a bug, it's something very subtle that we should be careful about. So I'm open to making that a feature.
This one, right? In terminating pod, status of containers is not updated. The issue occurs because when calling kill pod with sync result, we must wait for all containers in the pod to terminate before returning and reporting the pod status to the API server. Yeah, yeah. I think we have seen like similar issues in the past.
I mean, this is one that I don't really know. Like, I don't know the design decisions here, and even if it is a bug or a feature, these are areas we should be careful around. It's probably is something that I don't really know, like what our status is around terminating pods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very close to what we've been tracking for sidecar. We want to restart sidecars during termination and very close to this. Can you assign to me instead of CCing? And yeah, let's triage accept it and make it priority backlog. Because I don't think it's a new problem. It's it was happening for a while.
Sergey, other than Clayton, is there anyone else that we have to ask around these questions?
What kind of
Like
question?
around pod life cycle, like that area.
Yeah, I think Clayton has like central knowledge of all the aspects of it, but we have other people knowing bits and pieces. I think Harshal was commenting on some in place parts of it yesterday, so he's a good source of information. I know parts of it because of sidecar and stuff like that. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, we don't like. I think Clayton is the only person who has it all in one head. Everybody else has like bits and pieces, which is probably covering all of it, but unfortunately, you need to ask around.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, we have a few more bugs before time. Kubelet receives pod scheduling late. The time when Kubelet receives pod creation request is much later than when the scheduling is successful.
Yeah, there are so many questions. Mark doesn't need information. Maybe even support, because we really need to. I mean, if it's that kind of question is typically not a bug, it's supportability from vendor.
Okay. One more. Unrealistic high CPU usage in metrics reported after upgrading Kubelet to 1.31 during pod restart. Oh, okay. This one looks like a EKS version. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah,
need more
this.
information. You can mark as need information, and
Okay. Yeah, we are out of time. Thank you. See you next week.
thank you. Bye.